Jackal, they had at the time maybe the forerunner to the big events you'd see on pay-per-view, Superdome events down in New Orleans.
Yes.
I was in the first one.
Really?
First one, last match against Bruiser Brody.
Really?
Yeah, we had 33,000 people.
Wow. Your memories of the late Bruiser Brody, since you mentioned him.
I loved it. Good guy. Yeah, he was a wild man. He was. He looked it, he was it. I mean, he was a big old boy now. Man, he was a hoss. And he played pro football too. Mm-hmm. And he had a, you know, he was a big guy with an attitude. I mean, he could back it up too. Yeah. He wasn't just a big guy.
A little off topic, since it's come up. What was the thought in the wrestling fraternity itself in the locker rooms when you got the news that Bruiser Brody was murdered in a locker room down in Puerto Rico? I mean, were you supposed to lay it all on the line, nothing but trust and a brotherhood, to have that happen to him? I mean, what was going through the boys' mindset when that news broke?
It made me mad. Mm-hmm. First, he was one of my buddies. I mean, he was a friend. And then how they did it.
Right.
You know, that's scum.
And nothing ever came of it.
Nothing ever happened because they were all connected. Nothing ever happened. And I had the opportunity to go down there. And it was a number of years afterwards. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't go there if they would have paid me $10,000 a minute. I would never go there, nor would I even tell anybody to go there. I would encourage them not to. They did that to him, they could do that to anybody.
Was he that difficult of someone to do business with? That you could see a hostile tension situation like that? Not to the point where you'd see a murder, but I mean, to that kind of friction, he was kind of known as someone that could really hold his ground and be difficult to deal with.
Well, you didn't. He was the type guy that don't mess him around at all. Mm-hmm. At all. I mean, he was that type. Now he was gonna. You were gonna know about it. If you tell him something, you better do what you tell him, what you said you were gonna do. Don't change on him, and that was it. And I think they was messing around with him on this. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. You see, he was part owner over there too. He had something to do with it. He
owned a piece of the territory?
He had something to do in it. Mm-hmm. I don't know everything, but I know a little. And I think they were trying to...
Whoops.
Look, I think they were messing with his money. And things just got out of hand. And that's what happened.
Could you see something like that ever happening again today?
Could
or do
I?
you think where it was so territory-based and so isolated back in the late 80s even, where it wasn't mainstream as it is now, do you think anything like that dangerous could happen?
Yeah. I mean, Vince got slapped around a couple times. I mean, when somebody's, when you mess with a person's money and his livelihood, and that person might not be too stable, like me, you never know what could happen. Yeah. Is it possible? Sure. I mean, really, if you think about it, sure, it could be possible.
Right.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.